हाँ sure, okay. So welcome to the final session of the JavaScript program. This is session number 6. We will not be covering anything new according to the curriculum per se. I'll only be taking in questions if you have any. Revision, basic revision. This final course, it hasn't really been planned or like structured, so we don't have a definite syllabus that we want to cover for it.
Yeah, like, does anyone have any doubts from the code I sent in last week, I think, for the class that I took? Does anyone have any doubt from the code?
Okay, I'll take that as a no. Hi,
Okay.
Akshay Pradesh. I'll come to the questions. So, what was I saying again? So this will be mostly like there is no proper structure to the final course of the evening, metaphorically, so to speak. And I think that's it. Also, I'll be demonstrating like real world projects as well, where you might use JavaScript in a asli mein, because like nowadays, like abhi ke liye to we're just using the online compiler, right? What were we using? Programmation. We were using this, but this is not how you use JavaScript. Like online compilers are never used real life with. This is just so that it was something convenient that you could get started with without needing setup. So I'll teach you. I'll like show you how to do set up your Visual Studio Code as well, which is this thing here. And I think that's it. So, pehle batao, how many of you have questions from anything that we covered at all? Kuch bhi? So tell me if you do not have any questions, if you are completely clear with everything that has been covered abhi tak.
Thinking that if I have any question, trying to remember.
हाँ अच्छा okay. Oh, what did you say? Vaibhav? Voice cut करके आया.
Just going through all of it.
Just नहीं एक बार type करो तो voice is a little hazy. What about the others? सिर्फ वैभव ही तो बात किया. Arnesh, Atharvan, Jitishko, तुम लोग का क्या हुआ? Do you have any questions? Think I have become god of JavaScript, but I'll always have those install npm using npm globally.
भैया
हाँ बोलो.
भैया हम लोग को होमवर्क सबमिट करना था क्या?
क्या क्या?
हम लोग को क्या कोई असाइनमेंट सबमिट करना था?
Assignment, we have been sending assignments. Discord पे हो क्या? Discord पे तो हो ना?
मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि हम लोग को कुछ सबमिट करना आप लोगों को.
हाँ, you have to submit the assignments that we have been sending to you. Google वीडियो भी भेजे थे ना, like Google Drive पे कैसे सबमिट करना है वैसे.
Okay.
Do you know what the assignments are?
भैया समझ में तो आया नहीं वैसे. कौन सा यूज करना
Right,
है?
did you attend any class previously?
हाँ मुझे.
ये सब. Okay. और वैसे भैया ये सब जावा में करना पड़ेगा या फिर मैं कहीं पर भी लिख कर जो कोड होगा मैं कहीं पर भी लिख के भेज सकता हूँ?
I mean, like you can just नहीं that paper में क्यों भेज के लिखोगे? Like the online compile. Like did you attend any of the classes?
लिखना है कॉपी पेस्ट कर देना है, टेक्स्ट अपलोड कर देना.
ओके
हाँ.
थैंक यू भैया.
हाँ okay. I'll send all the assignments that we sent over the course of the session आज रात को, so that you can kind of tally, could say which ones you actually have to submit through the Google Drive. And we will probably be accepting responses till the 17th. I don't think we'll accept anything after that, but yeah. So take care. So I think we'll begin. So as I was saying, no questions. Okay, Arnesh. Take care then. I will then jump directly into what I consider to be one of the best editors of all time. ठीक है? And say I'll actually make a new folder. Second.
Acha, by the way, since the last class I finished half an hour early, I did cover how to set up VS Code and all. I don't.
Sure. I mean, I don't know what to do. Did you tell them like VS Code
That's
setup
right.
करना के बाद?
I did not run the code on VS Code, so you can like write a program and run it real quick and go through the revision.
हाँ नहीं देखो setup का for the people that did not attend last class, setup is basically just like go to VS Code. हाँ क्या? हाँ नहीं just go to this website. यहाँ से download for Windows or like whatever operating system you have. Pritesh type कर तो voice था easier से. हाँ so just download यहाँ से and like you know. I mean, Pritesh has already covered this, so I'm not really going over it in detail. Okay, but this is all you have to do. And wait. Then, so, acha, wait. The people in the meeting here, do you know how to set up VSC? Like, did you, like, acha,
Like the last class presentation.
No, I don't have.
So I just set it up on my laptop. Like he told me how to do it, so I did it.
Sure. What about the others? Jyotishko and Arnesh?
No, I don't have it set up.
Sure. Arnesh?
Yes.
Not really. Okay. Atharvan, पता नहीं तुम शायद आज ही पहली बार join किए क्या class? If you did not know about the assignments. Arnesh बोल से Atharvan, हाँ. Do you have Visual Studio Code on your machine?
नहीं भैया.
Sure, ठीक है. So, are you all on your laptop right now? या फिर tab या phone set कर रहे हो?
Laptop पे ही है.
I'm using tab.
Tab. अच्छा, Jyotishko. Okay. So listen. Basically, when you install this, right? यहाँ से just go to this website. I'll send the link अभी. यहाँ से just install it then. And you know, like normal installation process जैसे होता है, and just remember to check this option called add to path. ठीक है? That is like, you know, add code to path. That is an option that you have. So just remember this when you install it. Otherwise, as a normal installation, like if you've downloaded any games or any other apps pehle, this is pretty much standard procedure that you have. Okay. So this is all that you're supposed to do, and यहाँ से directly you can install. So when you first open Visual Studio Code, it's going to look something like project open. But yeah, release notes ऐसे open रहता है. I'll just close the terminal and it's just this. ठीक है? So then I have an open folder. Wait a second. New window. Do I have a new window option anywhere? यहाँ पे? हाँ, new window. Just close this and इसको maximize करके. So this is what Visual Studio Code looks like. Now this is exactly the same thing that we have been doing pehle. Like, you know, this is essentially a very Arnesh Sublime Text. No, Sublime Text is also good. Okay, even I had Sublime Text on my last PC, but this is just Sublime Text on steroids. It's much more easier to add extensions and all that. So I would recommend that you get it. But then, hey, if you're comfortable with that, just go use karo. But so this is what it looks like. And pehle what were we doing? We were writing code in this online. We were writing code in this. In this online compiler, right? But abhi we could just directly write code the way it's supposed to be written and the way you get started. As I say, no new folder bana lo. I just do something like this. यहाँ पे desktop.projects पे I'll just create, I don't know, something. What is this? Summer camp, no? हाँ. Summer camp part does not exist. यहाँ से ऐसे नया folder I'll make. Select that folder. Okay. And select folder. And it's going to open up the folder. Now, normally, when you open up a folder, right? Folder, if I like go to my file explorer, ऐसे तो खाली रहेगा because I just made a folder, right? I have not added any files into it. So to add a file directly into it, I just use this and I don't know, make this hello.txt. txt is a text file, okay? So it just makes a text file where you can type things. But then we also want to get more adventurous with this, right? So we would want to say, rename this. Yeah. So it probably want to do something like run a JavaScript file or something, right? Whatever code we have been writing, यहाँ पे, say I want to run this, ठीक है? What do? I first, wait, why can't I copy anything? Huh, so wait, it is selecting things, I just could not see. So what I would normally do is just, if I paste this into the text file, right? And then if I save it, and then normally the way you run a code, normally with the way you run something like this is, okay, wait, I have to think about how I'm going to explain this to you. So JavaScript, I think I covered this in the original first class, but if you remember, JavaScript runs only on the browser. Like मैं सिर्फ Google पे JavaScript को चला पाऊंगा, but like I can't run it on my machine, computer में, like you know Python or C++, जो Turbo C++ स्कूल में होता था ना, वहाँ पे तो like we did not open Google or anything like that, right? We just ran it on the computer or internet, like password भी तो नहीं था, तो internet से कोई connection ही नहीं था. But with JavaScript, for a very long time, it was only meant for the browser. Now, what do I mean by meant for the browser? Let me just open Instagram. So Instagram, if you see here, this is what it looks like, right? But if I now, wait, do this with me, everyone. Just go to any website, Instagram, or anything, and just on your keyboard type Ctrl Shift I. Okay. When you type Ctrl Shift I, okay. Did you say something? Anyways, when you type Ctrl Shift I, it opens up this dev menu, I don't know, console, this thing, which is essentially HTML. Now, so wait, how many of you already know what HTML is? Like, ऐसे कुछ basic idea है क्या है? That, so I won't explain that then. लिखो chat पे जल्दी. I don't have time to cover this आज. Do you have any idea, or like, do you want me to explain what HTML is, or do you have some idea what it is?
HTML, like, it is used for browser, like
Websites बनाने के लिए, हाँ.
it's
Sure,
just used for
doesn't know, ठीक है.
designing websites and browsers.
हाँ. So the way an HTML document works, I will not go into details, take it, because that is what we will cover in the Tech Club ke sessions pe. This is just the summer camp, so I'm technically not supposed to be telling you this. But HTML, what we normally do is make websites with it. And ऐसे HTML पे देखो ऐसे tags रहेंगे, ऐसे greater than lesser than sign के अंदर ऐसे text रहेंगे, और फिर एक ऐसे closing tag रहेगा. So when I open it, obviously it's very, very big. यहाँ पे it's very, very messy. I don't understand most of this anyways, because you know, like Instagram is a very complicated application. Take it. But say I wanted to go to a simple website. I don't know. Actually, wait, as a simple website, I think मेरे local machine पे मिलेगा sir. Projects. I think. So wait. So this was. नहीं कौन सा choose करो? So wait. This is probably one of my first first websites I ever made, class 8, 9 में I think. So what I'll do is I'll just open इसको ही browser में. And then login page, login index. So this is what it's used to do. Okay, like HTML, CSS, like these are two programming languages. I won't get into the details of it now, but HTML, it is like the skeleton. ये जो देख रहे थे ना, एक box है यहाँ पे, जिससे क्या कर रहा है, login कर रहा है. So like I named it login box, as you can see here. फिर इसके अंदर ऐसे दो tag की तरह है, and then there's the form, which is the नीचे का part, and this is the image. So like you can get the basic idea of it, right? HTML ऐसे like basic skeleton की तरह बना देगा. But then how did it know मैं इस पे form पे क्या color दिया? That is the job of CSS, ठीक है? And CSS what it did, यहाँ पे देख रहे हो ना, background color है, border पे देखो मैंने 1 pixel लगाया है, and like I can increase the border if I want. देखो ऐसे ऐसे करके I can increase the border, and you know, like that is basically what it does. And then there are like more complicated properties for like positioning and everything as well. Take care, which kind of messes around with that. But the basic gist is CSS is a programming language that applies color to it, and ये skeleton बनाता है, HTML. So when I open Instagram or something, right? This is essentially all it's saying is this is the skeleton. Like अगर रुको मैं head tag बंद करता हूँ. हाँ, body tag में main thing रहेगा, right? So यहाँ पे तो script ही है sir. This is the root. I think it'll be under the root. Now this is a little more complicated than most applications. रुको. हाँ, it's like something like this. देखो ऐसे div awgy है. The Instagram has very shitty naming conventions in a way. But यहाँ पे, as you can see, there are different like boxes की तरह, and like I can select each of them ऐसे ऐसे करके. So the HTML, it defines the skeleton, and ये color है ना, ये जो border radius and you know like properties ऐसे color. Border BG color is there on HTML. Why CSS? Okay, so border BG color, technically you could use it, and it's not wrong, okay? But then CSS is better because it keeps things divided. Like HTML के लिए तुम सिर्फ skeleton बना रहे हो, and you know you are using CSS to define everything stylistic. ठीक है, like कैसे color add कर रहे हो, then you're adding the styles and everything. Because like normally if I wanted to like say write some code, right? Second रुको, और एक नया window ही खोलता हूँ मैं. I will actually open up the folder for projects, and then एक second रुको. ये वाला folder. हाँ, select that login form वाला website I made ना. It is this one. ठीक है. So यहाँ पे, as you can see, it's very basic ऐसे type का thing है. And now technically body पे like what color did I have? Did I have any color? I think I had like white color set. ऐसे नहीं, ऐसे ये वाला color था. Like it's very close to white, but it's not white. ये वाला color set था, ठीक है. So this, to answer Arnesh's question, I could have used like body BG color ऐसे body tag पे ऐसे लगा देता. You know, that would not have been wrong. But it's not like recommended because you're supposed to keep everything separate or neat होने के लिए. So like say you wanted to apply many types of style properties. ठीक है, यहाँ पे ऐसे border radius लगाना था, color लगाना था. So like for each of them you'd have to apply different properties, और ऐसे ऐसे करके ये वाला part बहुत लंबा हो जाता है, right? And देखो यहाँ at least कितना neat है. You can kind of begin to understand why I would not want to, you know, इसको थोड़ा ज़्यादा like clutter up नहीं कर सकता, right? So I just ended up coloring my skeleton with this CSS file यहाँ पे. Does that make sense, Arnesh?
Yes.
Oh, what about Judishko? Judishko, I don't believe you have a background.
No, yes, it makes sense.
हाँ, Vaibhav, Tharvan.
Yes.
Sure. Tharvan, कुछ समझ में आया क्या? Sure. I will take that as a yes temporarily. Unless Atharvan, do you want me to repeat it again? Like कुछ भी अगर समझ में नहीं आया तो बोल देना. I will repeat it again.
No, I understood.
Sure, ठीक है. So this is CSS. Take, and like you're not supposed to understand any of this. even I don't understand what I wrote here, to be honest. ऐसे ही लिख दिया बस. So like this is something I'm not covering here. But the JavaScript, where does JavaScript come in? Say I will actually show you second wala part, ठीक है, which is this. And if you can see here, यहाँ पे भी I used HTML and CSS, ठीक है. HTML के लिए पहले ये boxes बना दिया HTML से, and then I use CSS to add color. इसको green बनाया, इसको yellow बनाया, ऐसे करके I added color to it वैसे. But then that is all it can do really. Like if I wanted to add functionality, right? Like ये जो hill भी रहा है ना यहाँ पे, that is also using CSS. It's just basic animation. और animation भी तो देखो color के तरह ही होता है ना, like creative side of the thing. So that is something CSS handles. But then with JavaScript से ये जो bulb है ना, like if I click it, ऐसे कुछ काम नहीं होगा. But then if I wanted to like make this functionable, like ये जो bulb icon, I wanted to, you know, like make a dark theme with it as well. Like ऐसे dark mode होता है ना Instagram पे, WhatsApp पे or wherever. So the same way, I wanted to create a dark mode for this website as well. So how would I go about making that? I could not make it with HTML or CSS. I would instead have to use JavaScript. Because JavaScript में, you know, the thing that you learned for the last 6 sessions, ये नहीं, Figma file का है, हाँ. यहाँ पे, wait, where is it? हाँ. So all of this, in a way, it will help you add this dark mode ka functionality. Like when I click on this, the color will change. That is essentially what JavaScript does. It commands the whole thing. So JavaScript is kind of like the brain, if that makes sense. अगर HTML skeleton हुआ, जैसे वैसे box बिठा दिए, then you know CSS is like the kapra you wear, the clothes that you wear, like in the color of the skin or something. Then JavaScript is the brain because it kind of puts everything together. And if you can see here, I actually added dark mode functionality. So that is what I used for this mainly, JavaScript के लिए. And if you can see the JavaScript code यहाँ पे, you will be able to at least understand some part of it. ठीक है? So like this is the HTML wala part which I showed you, and this is CSS. It adds color to it. देखो यहाँ पे मैंने color add किया, and that is basically what it does. But then if I wanted to add JavaScript, if I wanted to add something like JavaScript to it, right? I would add it here, HTML के script tag के अंदर, or I could like make, you know, a separate file as well. But this is something अभी बस समझ के रखो, ठीक है? Like do not get into the details. I will be saying many things that you might not necessarily understand, but like this is the general gist of it. तो यहाँ पे देखो, we have declared a variable moon नाम इसका. Like we have studied all this, right? Then document.get element ID, it's something I did not cover. ये सब like बाद में आएगा. But like देखो, I technically you could understand this. हाँ, ये क्या class name है इसका? FA light bulb, हाँ. तो like देखो यहाँ पे जो light bulb था ना, this, इसका एक property था, देखो, FA light bulb, like ऐसे नाम के तरह. Like this is the class property is like the name. So like देखो ये जो select किया है ना, देखो यहाँ पे ऐसे square blue highlight होता है, देखो, और यहाँ पे नाम जो आ रहा है ना, FA light bulb, that is the name of the VA. So what I am telling JavaScript to do here is essentially get element by class name. Class का मतलब क्या है यहाँ पे? Class is essentially this property that I have here, class. You know, class, and then class name क्या है? FA light bulb. So I would do something like यहाँ पे FA light bulb यहाँ पे, and I referred that. ठीक है, ये इसको ignore मारो end में. But then what I'm essentially doing is FA light bulb जिसका भी नाम है, इसको just referred it. And then यहाँ पे भी I'm like assigning it to this variable, right? So when I इसको फिर ऐसे एक method की तरफ होता है, and see this is again a function. You don't have to understand what the function does, but then देखो यहाँ पे फिर से I have declared a function. Function का नाम है dark mode, something like that. And then all it does is ऐसे नाम बदल देता है इसका. So like when I click on this here, body का class देखो, यहाँ पे when I click it becomes dark ऐसे नाम add हो जाता है. And you don't have to understand how any of this works. I'm just telling you JavaScript in a real world case where it's used normally. But like यहाँ पे, as you can see, JavaScript I am running it on the browser in a way. What do I mean by running it on the browser? Browser matlab, say, like it is on Google, right? Like when I open this website, tabhi run hoga. But then I cannot run this bit of code on like command prompt या फिर ऐसा कुछ, like ऐसे app तो नहीं है ना device के अंदर. So I technically would not be able to cover something like that वैसे. So think we'd do something like, excellent. What was I? Lost my train of thought. Cool website, Swapnil, very good. हाँ, এটা অনেক আগে বানিয়েছিলাম সপ্তর্ষি. So this is like my basic type का website that I made बहुत पहले, and so you can begin to understand where you use JavaScript. Like JavaScript ऐसे दिमाग के तरह है. It commands the skeleton, it commands the clothes that you wear. बोलो if you understood properly. ठीक है, at least.
What?
बोलो if you understood properly. Yes, Arnish, that is correct. You have that right. ठीक है. So I could also technically run JavaScript. So do you remember when I told you बहुत, like for a very long, I told you like 15 minutes पहले, for a very long time I could only run JavaScript on the browser. I could not run it anywhere else. So before we were very rudely interrupted by that interruption. ठीक है. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Technically I have been lying to you when I say that it can only be run on the browser. ठीक है, JavaScript ये जो dark mode वाला ऐसे छोटे-छोटे चीज के लिए. Now, to be honest, for a very long time that was all that JavaScript was used for. Yes, I'm a liar. For a very long time that is the only thing JavaScript was used for, right? But then people found another use case for it as well. Somebody joined. Sure. People found another use case for it as well. And they began to realize that they could use it for backend technology as well. What is backend and what is front end? I am not allowed to tell you that, but I will tell you anyways. Front end is ये website जो अभी तक है ना. Like I added dark mode functionality using JavaScript वो सब, and then skeleton लगाया, कपड़ा पहना है इसको, and it works. ठीक है. But then this student portal, it actually does not do anything. Like when I go back to the login page, right? अगर मैंने ऐसे username password लिखा, ऐसे कुछ भी किया, right? And then I press login, it's not going to do anything, because even if I do not add anything here, यहाँ पे, and then I log into it, it's going to do the same exact thing, because there is no actual like communication. ठीक है, like say I made a messaging app वैसे similar style पे, then
Like,
I'd only be
like the
sending
front end
messages
is
to
the interactive part of the.
yes, the front end is just the interactive part. So like ये जो दिमाग भी है ना JavaScript, it is not that smart because it's limited. Like इसको ऐसे पिंजरे में बंद करके रखे हैं हम लोग, because it technically cannot be used for anything. So that is where backend comes into place. So like this is front end, ठीक है, front end, and backend, that is what actually connects all the so like server जो movies में से देखा था ना, hacker
The
is getting
users
into
can't
server and all
access
that.
that. Normal users can't access the backend like the
Yes.
coding.
Yeah, that is because like front end is just the only part where they can actually interact with the users and everything, right? But backend में, like that is why ऐसे hacker movies man everywhere you always hear about
Black internet.
Stella something. Stella said something. Anyways, so JavaScript technically JavaScript is very prevalent when it comes to, wait, do I have my video? There was that thing there. Anyways, JavaScript can also be used for backend. Now, where do I use it for backend? I'll actually show you another project as well. The whole essay, like last class, is mostly just going to be this. Take, I'm just going to show you personal projects and give you a glimpse into what you could do as well, technically, after a few maybe classes in the tech club. Also, यहाँ से how many of you have registered for the tech club?
I did it.
Which department?
I actually don't remember, but if I haven't done development, I want to do it. I told Pritish about it.
Sure. Well, technically, this is what we'll be doing, right? Development pay. And CP, to be honest, it's just very mathematical calculation, which is why you should listen to what Stella has written in the chat. Arnesh, which department did you apply to? I joined. What did you join?
I think CP.
I mean, I wish you all the best again. I mean, your heads are very nice people
Like
in
you are very
general.
disappointed with him.
No, I'm not disappointed per se, but like technically, if you ever wanted to transfer something, right? And transfer to but like the doors for the development department are always open. You are always free to transfer. Excellent. That is this message that came to me.
There was all chosen all three, na? I've selected 2 or 3 at once.
Just a second. But I want to join dev if I can choose both. I mean, technically, you could attend both classes, so that does not really matter. We're mostly focused on. Just a second. There is something important that I have to deal with. Really sorry. Second. Join Robo in class 8. Fail like every project. Bluetooth card. Aniruddha is robotics head. Do you know? Yeah. Was he your head? Like, so which class are you in right now, Arnesh? 10. अच्छा हाँ. I don't remember it was written. So, okay, yes, sorry. I had to deal with something. There was an opportunity that came up, but yes. Wait, I will basic messaging app ये क्या था? Did I actually finish this? What did I change to this? No, don't say. I'm not sure. It's like this is what backend code looks like, right? It's typically very boring. It's like, SSA type of thing. But then it's not as boring as competitive programming. But then it's like, it's theek hai. Okay. So we have something like this, and I do not remember much of this. I actually do. So like I use something called socket.io, which is essentially like ऐसे दोनों computer के बीच में से metaphorical tube लगा दिए, and like messaging ऐसे इस tube के through pass होगा, and like it's two-way data transfer वैसे हो सकता है, but then it's okay. I don't actually know if this works, but so if I wanted to run JavaScript here, right, I would do something like node, then the file name, which here is server.js or square center, right? I have not installed Node yet. This is the new laptop, I'm sorry. एक second, I will just do this. Recommended for most users. So like technically this is how you install Node as well if you want to run JavaScript on your command line. Did I click on it? Yeah, okay. Install ho raha hai. Pinning when complete. Okay. Next, copyright all rights reserved. Okay. ठीक है. Oh, right, I have to do this. Program files, ठीक है. Add to path. Okay. And install. Right, so I'm just going to very quickly install this.
Like Node.js. Like he told me in the last class, I downloaded it. Didn't understand what to do with it.
Node.js technically, like, it's not something you normally start with, but like Node.js ये backend करता है, ठीक है? So like ऐसे जैसे HTML, CSS, JavaScript, it handles front end, ऐसे just shell of the thing. Backend ये जो code देखा है ना पहले, that is what it does. Like it links those different computers together. Like ऐसे server की तरह server बनाता है. In very basic terms, it's obviously not correct, but then it's enough for you to get a basic idea. Like this is what does a service. Like all computers will send their signals and messages to this here, and then it'll like ऐसे करके it'll rebroadcast it back again. So I've installed it. Now it should work. Node server.js. Bro, अभी भी नहीं है क्या? So I think I'm supposed to restart. Node --v. Node version नहीं है. रुको. I will. Hey, how do I restart Visual Studio Code again? Forgot. There was supposed to be an option somewhere here. Okay, I'll just ruko. I'll do it the manual way, I guess. But just run the last command. So see. Wait, what? Chane node hai. Node server.js. Allow access, please. ठीक है. So see, technically, if I go to what is this hosted on? Also, do not worry, you do not need to understand anything I'm doing right now. I just want to demonstrate this to you. Second repo. Where am I hosting this? Listening at port 3000. Label Studio 3000. So this is obviously very basic HTML CSS. Like बस एक button लगा है ऐसे पे यहाँ पे. So like I could do something like this. May make room code like JS session 1 new room. what is your name bro? My name is Swapnil. Center दबाया and देखो ऐसे ऐसे करके I can send messages, ठीक है? But then if this were a front end website, ठीक है, like ऐसे अगर मैं पहले की तरह बनाता, like just HTML CSS JavaScript use करता, this is all that I could have done. Like ऐसे ऐसे करके I'm sending messages and it's just printing on my own computer. But because of backend, I could do something like ऐसे next step पे I could also like open a new instance. Wait, यहाँ ऐसे क्या किया I could open like the app again, और देखो यहाँ पे you can see this, which was in there before, right? So it dynamically updated, and you can treat these two tabs as different computers in a way. So like I could join यहाँ पे, I could add something like, I don't know, Pritish, and देखो if I send a message here, यहाँ पे Pritish का message आ रहा है. If I send a message here, यहाँ पे मेरा message आ रहा है. So this is what backend does. It is adding the functionality between these two tabs, or like these two different computers. Does that make sense? In a very basic way. Code जो भी दिखाया, that does not.
Yeah, what did you say? Like I got disconnected a couple of times.
क्या? What do you want to say?
I got disconnected a couple of times. Like what did you say to me? I think I missed something.
What did you hear? कितना तक सुना तुमने?
You were showing something like just before this, I think.
ये सब. Like I installed Node, ठीक है, and then Node पे the way you run JavaScript on your own computer is just Node, and then this is the JavaScript file, ठीक है? So as a JavaScript file, it just runs. You don't have to understand any of this code. Like, see, I have used const here, यहाँ पे. I mean, const. I don't think I taught it to you, but
I have
it's
not, but
basically
I don't
another.
know how to use it.
No, I'm not teaching you how to use it now. I'm just teaching you basic ekdam functionality, and I will actually teach you how to like set up basic Node things. Not Node, but like run JavaScript on your local machine abhi ke liye, theek hai? So what Node.js does, I'm explaining backend right now, theek hai? Node nahi, backend in general. What backend does is, if I just had my front end running, right, it would just like मैं ऐसे यहाँ पे ऐसे करके message भेजता, and it would just keep on adding this. But then as soon as I open a new tab or like open it on a new computer, it'll be blank. Like aise karke, if I like send a message here, then it wouldn't show up here. But what backend is doing is it's connecting these two different like front end ke things in a way. I'm trying not to use complicated terms here, but that is what it's doing at the very base level. So like if I send a message here, if you can see that यहाँ पे देखो Pritish से message आया. If I send a message यहाँ पे, देखो मेरे से ये same message आया. So that is what this JavaScript code is doing, backend पे, ठीक है? And you don't have to understand any of this, ठीक है? ये क्या, what I've done here यहाँ पे, it's not a problem. Main thing is this. समझ में आया वैभव? Also, you have Visual Studio Code on your machine, no? Vaibhav?
What did you say?
Do you have Visual Studio on your machine? Visual Studio Code?
Yes, I am.
Sure. Arnesh, so Jyotishko, I know you're not on tab. Anyone else? Or kaun hai? Third one, and Arnesh. Arnesh is Sublime Text. It should work similarly in Sublime Text as well. So I just want you to go, Abhi. I just want you to go and download Node. Okay? I will send you the link. So jaldi set up kar lo. Node.js. यहाँ से just download the stable release यहाँ से. Do you have Node, Weber?
Yes, I have.
Sure. Look, I'll send you the link. কি হয়েছে এত কথা হচ্ছে এখানে? क्या एगल क्यों बोल चीज़ते हैं? Aesthetics are most important, bro. I do not. Huh. Please note that he does not speak for everyone. Class which आज की होइछे, please fill me up in. Okay. Good sirs. Also, next class teaches how to make a bot. There is no next class, bro. Achha, hey, instead of downloading Node, you're not downloading Node, right? Anyone abhi? Like, not in the process of downloading? No one is, right? Downloaded. Oh, Arnish downloaded Node as well. So that is nice. कौन भाई बोला? अच्छा हाँ, अच्छा okay हाँ, डाला Pratish. अच्छा ठीक है, Arnish, you've downloaded Node. That is great. I did not expect that. ठीक है, तो Pratish and Pratish बोल सी, Arnish and Web follow along with me. ठीक है. ज्योतिष को I like will cover this बाद में tech club के sessions में भी. So you can
And
just
there's
see
also the
अभी के लिए
YT
समझ
video.
लो.
Oh, yeah, okay.
हाँ, you can refer to it then. So what we are going to do abhi is Visual Studio. Acha, so I'm going to cover it for like Visual Studio as well. Visual Studio, ठीक है? Oh, Vaibhav, have you ever used Visual Studio for anything?
Not really.
Sure. Arnesh, you have used Sublime Text, right? Sure. So ऐसे टर्मिनल खोलना आता है ना वहाँ पे? Sure. I think so. बोल के बताओ वरना I'll have to Google and see. इस पे तो मेरा Sublime नहीं है ना. But like I'll be covering it for this thing. So let me open the folder that I made पहले. Projects पे जाके, where was it? Summer camp ना? हाँ. हाँ. So abhi, if I like just save, abhi another thing, you all know what extensions are, right? Like ऐसे जो .txt file means it's a text file, .js file means it's a JavaScript file. देखो यहाँ पे ऐसे JS का yellow चीज आ गया. Then I don't know, HTML पे देखो यहाँ पे ऐसे ये आ गया. .css पे ये आ गया. C पे ये आया. You know, like different program languages have different extensions. Different file things in general have different extensions. So similarly, I could do something like hello.js. ये बनाओ अभी. Also, first make a new folder. मैं जो पहले बनाया था ना, like Vaibhav, if you're following along. Second, have you been able to make a new folder ऐसे the way I made पहले, or do I show it to you?
I had one last time when Pratish was telling me how to do it, but I think I messed it up. I can't find the folder by which I can open it.
No, you just open them ऐसे फिर desktop पे एक ऐसे random folder बना लो अभी के लिए. Just make a new folder यहाँ पे. हाँ,
I have.
Okay, so then go to open folder, file, then open folder, and then just locate it on your desktop. यहाँ desktop पे जाके just click on the folder and then click on select folder. ठीक है? Let me know when you're done. Arnesh, do the same on Sublime as well. Open a empty folder. The empty folder, Arnesh.
Done.
कितना progress है? हाँ?
Done.
अच्छा, that is Arnesh speaking. Okay.
No.
Vaibhav?
No.
अच्छा नहीं, that is Vaibhav. I don't know. अच्छा, what about Arnesh? Have you opened a new folder? Arnesh just type. Just a second. Okay. Do you need some help? Maybe I could help you. Done. Okay, so you have that open folder on your thing, right? Some Sublime Text Pay. Yes. Okay. So now, I'll just make a new file inside it, webhook. यहाँ पे ऐसे and name it hello.js. JS stands for JavaScript. Hello.js. Ernest, do the same on Sublime Text, I guess. Let me know when you're done with this step.
Done.
And Ernest.
He said done.
Should done. Okay. Okay. ठीक है फिर. So now, if I want to like run console.log, right? यहाँ पे console.log hello और फिर कोई ऐसे I would do something like ऐसे save मार दो. How do I run it? I would do इसको लिखो by the way, just type it out. To run it, I would then open the terminal. Now because you both have Node, right? I would open the terminal. यहाँ पे ऐसे new terminal, and then I would type node, which is like JavaScript ka local version, like computer के लिए version. So I'd type something like node and then the file name. यहाँ पे hello.js. Hello.js. तो देखो console.log hello बोला था, तो देखो यहाँ पे hello आ गया. Do something like hi. फिर से अगर मैं node hello.js run किया, I did not save the file. Just a second. हाँ. फिर से run किया, देखो hi आया. Webhook. Have you done this?
Yes.
आया कंसोल पे ऐसे.
नहीं आया है, मैंने टाइप नहीं किया है.
लाइक console.log यहाँ पे ऐसे टाइप कर दो फाइल पे. How do you open a terminal? I don't know if you can open a terminal.
हेलो आ गया.
What did you type? Like जिसको भी like whatever you put inside this hello here, hello आएगा. Like console.log, right? You input whatever you want. मेरे घर के बाहर ऐसे म्यूजिक चल रहा है कहीं पे. How to use terminal? नहीं, I don't think you can use it. There is no inbuilt terminal. You will. What are you on, Arnesh? Windows. एक सेकंड क्या है? चश्मान का. हाँ.
अच्छा, okay.
Yeah. So, oh, you're on Windows. Acha, hello, Moitro. Or will this class? Yes, this class will be on the TC channel later. And yeah, take care. So, if I wanted, wait, what was I saying? Terminal on Sublime Code. You open the terminal. Okay, so command prompt ऐसे खोलो, and if what did you open? You open the terminal ऐसे terminal search bar के terminal open किया ना? This. Does it look something like this? Windows PowerShell. हाँ. अच्छा, Sublime पे open कर दिया. ठीक है. Okay, I haven't used Sublime in a while, so I don't know. So like do the same thing I did यहाँ पे, just node hello.js और इसके अंदर ऐसे console hi.hi कुछ भी लिखो. Oh, hi, well done. Anish, let me know if you have done it.
तो मुझे जब से कोई आउटपुट चाहिए होगा तो मुझे हर बार लिखना होगा नोड hello.js.
हाँ. You'll have to write node hello.js. Or I guess you could, ऐसे Visual Studio Code पे there is probably an inbuilt play button or something. कुछ तो था यहाँ पे, पता नहीं, अभी याद नहीं आ रहा. Run, I guess, run.
There was
नहीं.
run debug and run and debug.
It's नहीं command prompt नहीं खोलना तुम्हें. Hey Arnish, just screen share एक बार. Can you screen share?
No, like we can't till you are doing it. We can't.
नहीं you just allow multiple participants to screen share. Aniruddha. Hey. अरे नहीं, आई एम नॉट होस्ट. तो दे हैव perms. हाँ नहीं perms की बात नहीं है, मल्टीपल पार्टिसिपेंट शेयरिंग वो करो. सॉन ठीक है, अबे ट्राई नाउ. नहीं, why do I have to stop screen share? नहीं, मल्टीपल पार्टिसिपेंट्स होता तो है ब्रो. आई वाज ऑन अ मीटिंग फॉर 10 hours yesterday. आई नो. एक सेकंड रुको. ए इसमें भी तो 6 मिनट बाकी है सिर्फ अभी मीटिंग का.
It's showing you cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing. It's like we
हाँ ठीक है,
can't.
करो. अच्छा, we'll have to again. अभी सिर्फ 6 मिनट बाकी है. अभी शेयर करो. I'll just solve your problem and हाँ hello.world. हाँ yes wait. नहीं just show me the console को थोड़ा बड़ा करो. हाँ विंडो को थोड़ा like just drag it to ऊपर. ओके. ये पाइथन क्यों है? व्हाट? ऊपर जाओ थोड़ा. बिल्ड नहीं बिल्ड नहीं, ये नहीं. दिस इज नॉट द कंसोल. शेयर योर स्क्रीन एक बार. जस्ट द होल स्क्रीन. दिस इज नॉट द टर्मिनल.
I thought I was the only one with Windows 11.
हाँ नहीं, मैंने तो नया लैपटॉप लिया ना इसलिए.
Still shit though.
It is.
हाँ एक सेकंड, कितना बाकी है? 4 मिनट बाकी है. अच्छा, लेट्स ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस क्विकली. ओपन सर्च बार. सर्च. ये नहीं, अरे यहाँ नहीं. विंडोज. हाँ, टाइप हियर टू सर्च पे तब टर्मिनल ऐसे दो. हाँ एंटर मारो जल्दी. यस. Okay, so now यहाँ पे users Arnish, ls type करो, ls, enter मारो. हाँ, where is this dex? तुमने folder कहाँ पे save किया ये? Where is the folder? हाँ, so like just type cd, पहले cd type करो, फिर documents type करो, cd, doc type करो, फिर tab type करो, हो जाएगा. नहीं स्पेस मार के ऑब्वियसली, cd then space then doc, टैब मारो, अभी टैब मारो, हाँ हो जाएगा. हाँ देखो, एंटर मारो, ls, फिर से रिपीट द प्रोसेस. वेयर इज दिस, व्हिच फोल्डर? डॉक्यूमेंट्स के अंदर ही है क्या? लाइक डायरेक्टली स्क्रॉल अप करो, थोड़ा स्क्रॉल अप, सी डॉक्यूमेंट्स क्यों नहीं, cd एंड देन वेयर, लाइक फोल्डर इसके अंदर ही तो होगा ना. सो लाइक न्यू फोल्डर, न्यू टाइप करो, देन टैब पर एंटर करो, cd, वेयर इज इट, डॉक्यूमेंट्स, डाउनलोड्स पे नहीं होगा, डॉक्यूमेंट्स पे होगा. वेयर डिड यू सेव द फोल्डर? तो हाँ, न्यू फोल्डर देखो यहाँ पे है 13.6. हाँ यस यस यस. सो लाइक हाँ बस ये टर्मिनल फिर से खोलो, टर्मिनल खोलो, क्लिक टर्मिनल. हाँ,
We will read class now after like it ends.
रिजॉइन करना एक बार, 2 minutes. नहीं न्यू फोल्डर नहीं, cd is change directory, cd is your teleportation device, then new टाइप करो, then tab प्रेस करो. हाँ अभी एंटर मारो. yes okay, now run node.js नहीं, फाइल नेम क्या है तुम्हारा? सेव किया क्या तुमने फाइल? फिर अभी इसके पास जाओ, सबलाइम ना. हाँ तो न्यू फोल्डर को क्लिक करो, अंदर ओपन, ये सेव नहीं है ना, लाइक जस्ट सेव मारो इसको, अनटाइटल्ड.
Control S.
उसके उस फोल्डर के अंदर, हाँ हाँ अभी ऐसे फाइल नेम कुछ भी दे दो. अरे है तो ऑलरेडी है. हाँ कुछ भी फाइल नेम दे दो. हेलो, हाँ एंटर मारो, ठीक है. अभी ओपन टर्मिनल अगेन, node hello.js. देखो हेलो आ गया, console.log hello लिखा. So you have to like navigate to that folder. इसीलिए I told you to use Visual Studio Code. Like just install it when you have time, ठीक है? Because automatically inbuilt terminal होता है, right? So it automatically opens this thing for you. So I mean, technically we are done, ठीक है? So I don't think we have to restart the meeting unless you have any questions. Like अभी के लिए ठीक है. Also Moitro, you joined the meeting later on. So just like watch the recording, I guess. But आज के लिए कोई
Last class, Pratish, like whenever I was typing anything in the program, the output was coming like on the browser, in the console.
ब्राउजर के कंसोल पे ना. हाँ नहीं, that is because this is like node से यूज किया ना, but like what Pritish must have shown you was like ऐसे HTML tag खोल के किया था ना, like script tag पे किया होगा.
हाँ, like index.js, then after that
हाँ that is a little complicated. अभी के लिए बस it's Mohitra, it was just ऐसे free, ठीक है. Also meeting will end in like less than 1 minute, ठीक है, 30 seconds maybe. So this is the final time summer camp पे. This is one of the final seconds of the summer camp. So I mean, we had a good